You might not believe it, but you're eventually going to find a person who will honestly love you. You have already been heartbroken more than once in your life. You have already been through so much more that you would have ever expected. You have suffered a lot, and no one is going to doubt that you're experiencing a lot of pain. You have sacrificed so much of yourself for those people you love and the relationships that you have been in. You have always shown a willingness to compromise for the sake of love. And it was practically all for nothing. And that's the part that frustrates you the most. The fact that you gave everything you had and ended up with nothing to show for it is what is really breaking you up on the inside. You tried your best to be there for them, but they seemed to always take you for granted. You tried your hardest to make yourself available, but they didn't really see your value or your worth. You always gave yourself wholeheartedly to people in the hopes that they would be willing to do the same. You didn't demand anything from them, but you always thought you would be deserving of the same kind of treatment. But it just never was for you. Every single time you choose to make yourself vulnerable, you were taken advantage of. Every single time you decide to open yourself up to someone, you were just discarded and set aside. It's really weird because it feels like every single person you choose to open up to actually wanted more than you were capable of giving. You tried to give them everything that you had, but you were never made to feel like it was enough. You were never really appreciated even though you were giving it your all. But they were too greedy. They demand way too much. They ask for more than you could possibly give them. You tried your best to meet their needs and expectations. But whenever you gave them a hand, they would ask for your whole arm. You just couldn't live up to any of their demands. You just couldn't seem to provide what they were asking for. They were far too greedy. They were far too hungry. And you just couldn't fill the huge void they had in their lives, no matter how hard you might have tried. That is why they took you for granted. They knew that you are willing to practically kill yourself for them. They knew that you are ready to destroy yourself just to make them happy. They knew that you are willing to compromise your own needs if it means meeting theirs. They dominate you because they capitalize on your own kindness. They overwhelmed you because they took advantage of your gullibility. They manipulated you because they knew that you were too nice to fight back and stand up for yourself. They really milked as much as they could out of you. And when you had nothing else left to give, that's when they abandoned you. When they realized that there was nothing they could get out of you anymore, that's when they left you behind. When they discovered that they could no longer rely benefits from your existence, they decided to bounce. They left you all alone. They left you to heal from your own brokenness. They left you to mend the very wounds that they inflicted in the first place. They left you in the bottom of the pit that they dug for you. And now you're here. You're bent and broken. You've been chewed up and spit out. You've been through hell and back, and you don't know what else to do with yourself. You don't know what you're supposed to do with your life. Well, here's the thing. You're not alone. Plenty of people have stood right where you are, and they were able to make it through. Just trust that even though love has betrayed you in the past, doesn't mean that you aren't meant for love in the future. You are always deserving of love, and you just have to make sure that you still believe in it. You just have to make sure that you always stay true to who you are. And one day, you're going to meet a person. One day, you're going to find a person who is going to love you in the way that you deserve to be loved. One day, you will find a person who is going to reciprocate all the love you so readily gave in the past. One day, you're going to meet a person who is going to make you realize why things never worked out for you before. And one day, this person will show you what pure love really is, and you will be a lot happier for it.